Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute, but I am back. If you are new here, I am Miss Preppy Pearl and I do all types of content, but right now I am kind of focusing on the career, so health informatics, and I've been running a health informatics series. So if you're interested in the field, definitely check out my playlist and my previous videos where I talk about health informatics and my journey in it. And so today we are continuing on with the health informatics series, and this is more so not really geared towards health informatics specifically, but it's just about career in general. And so today I'll be talking about mentorship and how mentorship has helped me get to where I am. So if you're interested about mentorship and how to develop your career, or honestly develop your personal life, because you can really use mentorship to develop your personal life as well, then stay tuned and continue watching. In the meantime, if you aren't already, please like and subscribe. And again, you guys have been doing amazing and engaging with me. I truly appreciate everyone who has been engaging with my content. Like, I love questions. I love being asked questions and to answer them. So thank you so much and continue doing that. So that's enough said. Let's go ahead and hop into the video. So the other day, someone asked me, how did I reach where I was, or how did I get the current job that I have? Just in general, like, what was my journey specifically? And one thing that I mentioned was mentorship. And as I was speaking to that individual, I was like, oh, I should really come here and talk to you guys also about mentorship. So mentorship, I feel like everyone knows the definition of mentorship, but in general, it's just someone who is able to help guide you in specific things. So this could be in your personal life or your career life. And so with me, I have mentors in different areas of my life, whether it's life or also career. And so since we are talking about career and specifically health informatics, I have mentors that maybe not health informatics field, but they just understand how to navigate the career space in general. And so whenever people ask me how was I able to achieve or get to where I am now, or get the opportunities that I'm able to get, it's really through mentorship. And I like mentorship because I feel like mentorship is another piece of networking, but it's a more structured, formal, and more engaging form of networking, and intentional. That's the word. Very intentional when it comes to mentorship. So I guess you're asking, how do I find a mentor? How do you go about it? So one of the ways that I was able to find a mentor when it came to like the career field in general is I had different programs that I was working in, especially during my undergrad days. I was a part of different programs. So one of the programs, and maybe I have or have not mentioned, I don't really know if I've mentioned it, but either I'm mentioning it now. It's called LSAMP. So LSAMP is a National Science Foundation program. LSAMP stands for Louis Stokes Alliances for Minority Participation. The aim of the program is to increase the number of students in underrepresented communities or minority groups, and just help them get into STEM. And so I was a part of that program during my time in college, and it was so beneficial because one, they also, I believe they still do it now, but they sponsor you, so you do get kind of like a stipend for being a mentor, and then you also stipend for being a mentee as well, which is such a plus. But besides the financial aspect, it was so beneficial to me because I had someone who was relatively in my field. So say you are a neuroscience major, you will most likely get a mentor who is a neuroscience or a psychology or some form of a biological science major, and they will guide you through your journey. And they will help you, you know, when it comes to classes, they will help you in regards to like post-grad and just a bunch of other things. I didn't realize it at the time, but it was so helpful for me because I didn't know how far ahead of the pack I was, because I was already having conversations with people who were far ahead of me and able to engage with them and find resources through them. And so that's why I say it's also like a networking, an intentional networking piece to mentorship. So that was one mentorship that I was able to participate in, and that's something I would tell you guys as viewers at home if you're currently in an organization, because you can also get mentorship at your job. I know that there are many organizations, many companies that have some form of mentorship or career development, and you can find mentors that way as well. And so that's something I recommend. But if you're in college or in a university, grad school, or whatever, definitely look for programs that you don't have to go out of your way to find a mentor. It will come naturally just because you're a part of the program. And so doing programs like that really help to facilitate your career growth. On the same vein as well, when I graduated, being now a Georgia Tech alum, there are different programs. Guys have some type of alumni association, and being a part of that is so important because, again, that is how you can find mentors. You can find people who are able to help you in your career. So one of my mentors, I'm gonna highlight her. I'm not gonna mention her name, but someone who was definitely so helpful to me, and I was introduced to her by one of my close friends because she was her mentor. But she was helping me, especially end of last year to early this year, to help me with my career. So when I was actively looking for a role, she was definitely helpful. She also being a Georgia Tech grad, but because she's been in the career development space and she just understands how to navigate applying for jobs, speaking, networking, and all of that, she was so pivotal to me. Even though she was an engineer, she was not in the health informatics field at all, but she helped me so much. So you may be asking, how does she help you despite not being, you know, in the same field and whatnot? So a little bit of vulnerability for you guys. So when I was actively looking for a role, it was just horrible. It was completely devastating. I was doing everything I could, applying, you know, doing the practice interviews, and just nothing was working. And at that point, sometimes the people that you already have in your life, they don't understand, or they don't know where you're coming from, or they're not where you exactly want to be. They weren't exactly helpful, and because of that, it can really stunt your growth. So what I'm trying to say here is, you need to find mentors or people who are doing the things that you want to do. So one part of mentorship, and this is really important, so write this down if you can, but you need to find people who believe in your dream, or believe in who you are, or the things that you aspire to be, or are living the type of life that you want for yourself. This is really important because when I was actively looking for roles and everything, I felt like I was going to people or asking help from people that weren't necessarily helping me. And not just that, again, no fault to their own, but they didn't quite understand the things that I'm asking because they thought it was just a bit unrealistic, and I had to be realistic. And I'm here to tell you guys that if you have a thought or a dream or something, again, I understand there's reality and dreaming, but most times if you have a thought or a feeling that you're able to do something, most likely there's someone out there who is living that dream, and that is the person that you need to tap into. I didn't learn this until really, honestly, like late middle of last year, but you need to find people who believe in your plans and say, oh yeah, that's definitely doable. And the current mentor that I have now, shout out to her, she was the only person out of all the people that I went to for like assistance and help and mentorship that really, I showed her like my plan. So I'm a person that I like to write things down, and I showed her, this is what I want to do, this is what I want in my career, this is how much I want to make. And she was the only person, I'm telling you guys, she was the only person who said, oh yeah, that's definitely doable, you can definitely do that, actually you should be asking for more. And I was just like, oh really? Really opened my eyes, because the reason she was able to say that is because she was living that life already. And so when you are looking for a mentor, one of the most important things you need to look at is this person living the type of life that I want to live? Can they get me there? Also, another thing about mentorship is that sometimes not every mentor is supposed to be with you along every part of your journey. And this is something I learned from someone who I kind of also consider her a mentor as well. She was a colleague that I worked with last year, but she made a comment to me, and she said that when it comes to mentorship, any good mentor will tell you that once they've told you and given you all the knowledge that they can, if you are now at that level and you have to go above, that means it's time for you to find another mentor who can now take you to that next level. So what I'm telling you guys is that also find a mentor that understands their own capabilities and is not afraid to uplift you and move you on to the next person who can get you to where you need to be. That there's a saying that the student will one day become like the master. I hope I've said that right, but it's very much like that. And so if you have a mentor now that it feels like they're stifling you, or they're not helping you or connecting you, it might be time to find someone who will actually get you to where you are and also believe in you. And so that is what I would recommend when it comes to mentorship. So it doesn't necessarily have to be someone for your field. That's definitely a benefit, but also make sure that they're a person who they understand their capabilities, and they will help you, or find people who can help you fine tune your capabilities or increase your capabilities. And again, that other piece that I mentioned is that find a mentor who is living the life you're trying to live. And it kind of makes sense. This is just general advice for anything. Take people's advice with a grain of salt of those who are not necessarily living the life you want to live. It's better to take advice from people who are living the life you want to live, because they have a first-hand experience and account of what you need to do. And so I know I've kind of like gone from here to there, but what I'm trying to just pinpoint to you guys is that mentorship is so important, because mentorship can elevate you, it can increase you. You will be able to have doors and opportunities open really quickly just because you have a great mentor who is able to connect you and network you with other people. And then another good sign of a great mentor, just so you guys know, is someone that when you mention to them or tell them that you're trying to do XYZ, they are very quick to find the people or find the resources to get you to that point really quickly. That this is something that my current mentor, which was, again, it was just really crazy to see how quickly she, when I would tell her, oh, I want to do XYZ, she would find someone with the quickness. There are even people, because I mentor some students in undergrad and whatnot, and I would ask her like, hey, do you have anyone in your network who does XYZ? And she would literally, like, within a week, she would send me someone who is in her network and connect. Those are the type of mentors you need. You need people who, they don't drag their feet when you ask them something, or they don't forget when you tell them once. I always tell people that one thing about me is, yes, it's great to remind people to do things for you, but most times the people who really care and want to do things for you, they will do it immediately. This is just something I've noticed in life, and I will always stand on this hill that there are people who, if they really want to see you get far, they will, with the quickness, it's a sense of urgency. And it was really crazy with this mentor, because like I told you guys, I only really met her end of last year, early this year, but it was just the urgency with which she was doing everything related to me when I mentioned something. And so that's another quality to look for in a great mentor. And then finally, just to round this up, when it comes to just mentorship in general, you do not have to have just one mentor. You can have a mentor in different areas of your life. I'm a person who does that, because I have a mentor when it comes to like spiritual religious things, and then I have a mentor when it comes to career development things. And again, same thing with you. You're a well-rounded person, and you can benefit from a mentor in any and every field that you need in your life. And so I say all this to say is that I would not be where I am today without mentorship. And I always tell people this, that it's truly the grace of God that I was able to be where I am now. And it's because I had such great mentors, and a current mentor, again, that they really care and they're really trying to elevate you and get you to where you are. Again, you can find mentorship by just joining a program in your office, your workplace, or maybe in a club that you're associated with, nonprofit, just anywhere. Don't be afraid. And that's the other thing. Don't be afraid to ask people to be your mentor, because a lot of people actually find it as an honor to be your mentor. Like, wow, you really want me to be your mentor? It's totally fine. But I always say, try to appreciate your mentors and just make sure that you really engage with your mentors, because again, it's one thing to think that you're gonna really go through life alone and I can do everything, but you can't. Like, you need people and you need experienced people in your life to get to where you want to get to. And so that is what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. But that concludes. And so thank you so much. As always, please like, subscribe, and have your notifications on so when I drop a new video. So thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.